I'm sponsored by Patch.
I'll have to get the Adidas robe now.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. A nice velour.
Yeah.
Who are you, fucking Pat Brady?
Yes.
We are here, and this is not a spoiler. Garrett's favorite wrestler debuted. Boom!
Who?
Beat you to it, Garrett.
Who?
Who?
His name is Jacob. Woo-hoo! The Samoan Werewolf finally debuted.
And he's cut.
Who cut him? Like, he just got signed and they already cut him?
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, before we
Budgetary
start anything, we have shit. I don't have the bell anymore.
What?
The bell that we had for the 10 bell salute.
Yeah, where is it?
It was at the studio, dog.
Oh, we gotta get it.
Hang on. So, Garrett, you talk, and I'll find a replacement.
Z'll give it to us. Well, we just gotta get a hold of Z. He'll give it to us.
All right, you tell
What's
us.
going on, Greg? How's everyone's week? And the remainder of their
It was good.
week.
It was hot as fuck last week here. And
Oh, it was off. It was off. Was it hot where you are, Drew?
I don't remember what it was. All I just know is remember being miserable. But I had the kids outside to wear them out so I could.
For the love, Joe.
That's actually from work today when we had to go take the residents outside. We'll call them residents right now.
was it playtime?
Yeah, we kept them in a little enclosed area. It's almost like a pack and play for adults, we'll call it. That's what we had.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But we'll start off the show today with some very sad news.
Yeah.
If you'd like to take that one.
Unfortunately, the news was shared out in the world. If you haven't seen it already, that Sika of the Wild Samoans has passed away. Yes, Roman Reigns' father. And that it sucks. That it's
like he was one of the OGs.
Super OG.
So, like we tend to do here, whenever something like this happens, we will commence. Got a bucket of wood. He had a huge impact on wrestling in general. Like, the Wild Samoans were the Usos before the Usos.
That's right.
And I'm not talking about the Uso Penitentiary. I'm talking about your OG Uso kind of thing. If you ever watched the Young Rock show that they had, their story is told quite a bit on there. And our thoughts and prayers go out to Roman. Dude's been through a lot, and this is just another one of those things we all have to go through, and it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, luckily for a wrestler, he was up there.
Oh, dude, he was.
Oh, yeah.
So at least,
I'm actually watching him right now beat up Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
That's 94.
And then speaking of passings, if people also didn't see it, the reason that Pat McAfee wasn't on Raw last night was because his father-in-law had passed away. So he was with his family. He resumed his show today, I do believe. And then I'm sure he will be back next week. So I didn't say anything about it, but I'm sure he will be. So also thoughts out to his family as well, because that sucks. It's the unfortunate part of everything we got to go through. So,
you want me to start off with down?
Well, I actually think that because it's also wrestling and their family is so entrenched in it, like, do you think they use that in the Bloodline versus Bloodline story?
I was also thinking that.
Was like, as a wrestling fan and as someone they're in the business, you're like, oh man, like that sucks, but like how great is that going to be able to use that in the storyline?
Right. And like that's something that you could definitely see Roman use as like now he is the true tribal chief. And I saw this new version of the Bloodline refer to something and I kind of dug it, but I saw it referred to as the Bloodline lineage.
Okay, yeah.
And then it was something to do with WWE 2K, and like they had the Bloodline lineage. I think it was fan created, and then they had the Bloodline legends, which was like Rikishi, Yokozuna, like all that, and then you had the classic Bloodline.
So, do you guys think that when all the original Bloodline members come back, that they'll have to change their name, and then like the new guys will be the lineage? And
I don't know because we definitely have some updates regarding that. Like WWE has filed a trademark for Caesar Sikoa.
I don't really like that.
I'm not on board with that one.
I don't know, like I always thought Solo was kind of a weird name to begin with because he's never been by himself.
Yeah, I agree, but it's better than Caesar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends.
Yes, Caesar doesn't really.
Maybe he pronounces it Cesar. I am Cesar.
Bro.
I don't know if they would let that go because of Cesaro, and then people would get all whatever.
There's no Cesaro. He does not exist. All right, so let's kick off with SmackDown.
Go through it.
All right. Show kicked off with Garrett's favorite wrestler returning in his hometown. Who is it, Drew? The best in the world.
Oh, man, I was going to say the Thing.
It's clobbering time. CM Punk comes out. Welcome home, Punk.
God, that was such a great show.
Now, they showed a recap of Clash in the Castle, and Punk came out to quite a pop. And we are at Chi-Town.
Yeah, I was like, he always gets that.
Oh, Frankie Stomper's in the chat. He said, hello around the rope, guys. Mr. Blaine. I'm actually surprised he can type.
You should have seen this guy at the shit. Dude, he was talking so much crap about all of us, dude. Like, he's just the worst.
Well, I would probably lash out at other people, too, if I was an overweight Sami Zayn.
It's just...
And he kind of has an identity crisis going on. He doesn't know if his partner's his brother, his cousin, his partner, if you know what I'm saying.
His brother, cousin.
Brother?
Call them the Redneck Remix if you get what I'm putting down.
Who's the Lonely Island in here with the brother cousin? Jesus.
Hey, Frankie, we all have kids.
I was gonna say, don't we all have children?
We all have children. We were reproducing when you were a mistake. Wait, you've always been a mistake. Should have been left on the napkin, boy. Should have been left on the napkin. Anyways, back to the show.
Who uses a napkin?
Can I add? Did everyone agree that Paul looked bad when he first came out?
I think that was intentional.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all being
Okay.
awesome.
Even because like even Punk said it in the things. You're okay. You don't look good. Like
Well, and I think that played into the whole promo, which the acting. Oh wow! And stupid Todd, that moron with a shitu beard. He can't even spell shit right.
I had one of the best beards around, motherfucker.
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know who this Todd is. That's LeBron James.
And he said,
Oh,
"Who's
yeah.
Drew? Garrett Blaine. Why does he keep calling you Garrett Blaine?"
Because he keeps mixing me up with John Blaine from Around the Ropes podcast.
No, I get that, but like, if anything, you'd be Garrett Cole.
If anything, I don't mind being
This is why you don't bang your family members, people. This is why you don't bang your family members. Talk about bloodline.
Yeah, family tree goes straight up.
Oh, family tree. That family tree's rotten from the inside, man. But so Punk comes out. He starts giving a promo. Heyman comes out, and Heyman is pleading with Punk to just lose. I'll sleep you, Joe. That doesn't make sense. You don't want to bring the champ back.
He's going to sleep with you, Joe.
That's Todd's job.
Yeah, he might fucking leave Joe alone.
All right,
my
let's
Anyway, so he's pleading with Punk.
and keep going.
I talked to Solo. You need go. You can go. I called in this favor. Go. And Punk is like, no, man. Like I'm not afraid of anybody.
It's
And
Chicago, even.
Solo, Tama, and Tonga all came out, and Punk stood his ground. And who showed up to save the day in the numbers game with a couple equalizers in his hand? But everybody's favorite champ, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Okay, and then a challenge was put up, and so the thing I liked about this was the thing after, when Heyman and Caesar talking in the back, and Paul's like, there's no goodbye, Stomper, goodbye. It says goopy. I think that's supposed to be goodbye. Anyways,
Goopy.
and he's like, Punk is my best friend. Roman said, he's off limits, and and then Solo said, "What, guys?"
Roman's not coming back.
Roman not coming back, and the look of absolute fear on the face of Paul Heyman, get this man an Oscar, dog. Get this man an Oscar. Let him have all the awards. Paul Heyman is a national treasure, and I stand by that.
Absolutely.
Then we had the first Money in the Bank qualifier for the women. We had Bianca, Chelsea, and Michin. And let me tell you, the match itself was great. And I love the ending. Chelsea Green sneaks in with a little bit of a roll-up and wins the qualifier. Bianca will not be in Money in the Bank, which I think Chelsea Green deserves her flowers. She deserves a lot. And now Anthony Scotti is commenting down there. It was a great match. I loved it. And then we had Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton, and Tama Tonga battle it out. And before we see that, what happened, guys? Mr. McIntyre, who quit last week, showed up and beat Garrett's favorite wrestler to a pulp. Bloody another. Punk is dead. That's what that should say. Punk is. Go ahead, Todd.
So, did anyone else think that he dropped him a little too hard?
Oh, he totally did.
Garrett didn't think so.
I think it was awkward looking.
Like, Punk, do you know what I think what happened? Punk was playing the limp dead guy really, really well.
He was.
And I think he just, you could tell, like, he wasn't trying to save himself at all. He just went like a little ragdoll, like Todd after I take care of him. But
Punk needs to be careful. He takes a bump like that, we won't see him for another 6 months.
That's what I mean.
He's obviously not going to wrestle.
He make that same joke.
He's not going to wrestle till next SummerSlam, which is probably being ridiculous. Like,
it's going to be Survivor Series now before he can come back after taking that bump on the railing. Or
Was
on
that a joke too? Survivor Series?
Huh?
So was that a joke too? Survivor Series? Is
I
that
was
his
just saying, there's no way
career
Punk
now?
survives anything. And very similar to the first match, Carmelo Hayes slid in, got the roll up, and wins. Dude, like, Orton's table suplex was bomb. And how is this man in the best shape of his life? Like, he's more intimidating now than he's ever been. And it's awesome. And then we had Grayson Waller versus KO versus Andrade, or I can never say his name. Andrade.
Oh, okay.
So it was we had a nice little qualifier there, and KO does not win. Grayson Waller does not win. This Money in the Bank is both of them are starting to look up like something we haven't seen before. And then we had the main event, guys. Solo Caesar Sikoa.
Not so solo.
He's not by himself ever now.
Ever.
Yeah.
Definitely not now.
First, Dusty's baby boy, Cody. And they rocked on. And we had a little bit of a DQ because, as expected, who comes out?
Woo!
It's on.
And Solo watched on as, Orton and Owens come in to make the save. But who finally makes his debut? The Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Now, Garrett, my question for you is, when he came out, were you able to use a little bit of a pogo stick, if you get what I'm saying there, buddy?
Oh, yeah, dude. It was like a kickstand. I leaned forward and didn't go anywhere. It was crazy.
Like, they...
No, it was...
This dude was just built up to be an absolute monster. And he's kind of scurry looking.
Yes. It was one excellent thing about the debut as well, was how well it was sold by the commentators. They were like, Solo, what have you done? This man's insane. Like, the same ones want nothing to do with Jacob. Like, it was, they are, it's very good that they both used to be wrestlers as well, because they know how to almost tie themselves in.
Oh, they know how to sell something, 100%.
And they were just selling the hell out of it. It was so good.
And, dude, that man is like, holy shit. And we now know that the bloodline will go on forever, because even at, 32 years of age?
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu must be banging everything. This guy's 7 kids. Nick Cannon, watch out, because you have some boy the throne.
I don't know if anyone's going to catch Nick Cannon.
No, Jacob Fatu's quite a bit younger, and apparently, better block it up, because the Samoan Werewolf is looking to howl at the moon, bro. He's just going, arr, arr.
Is that really his like nickname?
Huh?
Is that really his nickname? The Samoan werewolf?
Yep.
It's fucking stupid.
It's been his nickname. But actually, here I'll pull it up.
Dude,
They
fucking
have,
Michael J. Fox? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
Teen Wolf. Our man Teen Wolf.
I have to give the crowd credit for the fucking Larry chants that were going on during fucking Drew shit, because who chants for a dog?
I mean, it's Chicago. They're gonna chant for anything that has to do with Punk. Like
deep dish pizza,
yeah. If he said
ice cream bar,
why they chant deep dish pizza? I mean, like
for the ice cream bars.
There
What?
we go.
I wonder if there's
Can
some
he
freezer
deep dish
warehouse
pizza?
somewhere just full of fucking CM Punk ice cream bars that never got sold at WWE events.
I'd eat them.
So there is the official Jacob Fatu shirt.
Dude, I should get that tattoo.
It's pretty dope.
Like something out of Zelda.
Yeah, it is.
I think
Holy crap.
It's kind of scurry looking. Like I like it. I dig it. All right, so what's next on that kindergarten whiteboard?
I need a bigger, thicker, so you can't see. So,
I can
does
see it.
Shane O'Mac will be all elite.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I've read a lot more about that. It's the internet fucking taking one thing and just
Internet.
Yeah, from everything I gather, it was Shane O'Mac was talking to somebody who just happened to be an AEW wrestler, and it spiraled out of control.
What?
That's pretty much it. No, speaking
Because
of
one, Shane don't need the money. Shane don't need the money.
No.
Two, he's kind of past his in-ring performing era of his life.
I hope so.
And
I don't think it would have been that anyways. I think it would have been like more figurehead. You know what I mean?
well, if you're gonna get Shane O'Mac, you got to get that whole package. If he's not
Yeah, you
flying
gotta
off
get him
something,
jumping off of the top of the building.
coast to coast.
Yeah.
AEW. So somebody had an interview with MJF about, well, just an interview, and they asked about his contract, WWE, and all that shit. So here was, in a quite MJ fashion, response. It was a very easy decision for me, mainly because Tony Khan is paying me an exorbitant amount of money. But outside of that, I also believe in AEW. I believe that it's where the best wrestle. I believe that we have some of the most top-tier elite talent you get to see in the world today. So that was
I agree.
his reasoning on why he didn't sign with WWE and he stayed with AEW.
AEW offered him more money.
More money, yeah. It's really not a better place, in my opinion, especially now going forward. And I don't know if we all forgot about what Triple H announced the other day when they go to Netflix. That shit's uncensored.
Uncensored. Like
uncensored.
Yeah, we're
we're
getting more
getting the
topless
attitude
Miss
era
Jacqueline moments.
mixed with ruthless aggression, mixed with OnlyFans.
It's era 2.
2.0
Oh my
for sure.
God.
2.
Oh,
Great.
I can't wait. Like, do you know how they should start the whole Netflix era? You have
Degeneration.
Sean,
With
you have
Edge
Sean
and
and
Lita in
Triple
bed
H
again.
come out. You have Sean and Triple H come out and reenact that whole segment that they got years ago.
From DX.
That's how you started off, and it's completely uncensored. And you have somebody, you have Braun Strowman in a big wig, stand behind them.
Oh my God, you would do that too.
I like that the best. Just put a wig on Strowman.
I mean, in all reality, Raquel Rodriguez could do it, but it'd be funny.
If you Braun standing there in a little like bikini,
Yeah,
all silent like.
in a tube top, just standing there.
Yeah.
But
So
you can only see like this part of his face.
He just cuts him off. That's great.
all right. So before we go into Raw, we got a little bit of. Go
What's up,
ahead,
Tom?
LeBron. Go ahead, LeBron.
The one thing I hope it doesn't happen is I hope they don't go overboard with the whole uncensored thing. Like, I don't want to hear somebody cut a promo and say fuck 18 times in that promo. You know what I mean? Like, I hope
Yeah. I'm with that.
I hope it's like kind of like mildish, you know, like
No, I think
like accents, like accentuating something. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
That makes
it's more. It'll be a little more attitudey. I'm not saying attitude era. It'll be like a little more attitudey, a little more serious. But the bigger thing I think he was trying to focus on was when there's like holy shit chants or like you know fuck you whoever chants. They're not gonna get bleeped out. You're not gonna use yo. You're not gonna use the visual. It'll be there. The crowd won't be censored anymore.
and let's be honest.
Everybody will be bleeding.
Yeah, and let's be honest, fucking
even the
kids
crowd,
have
everyone in
heard-
the crowd digging.
kids have heard worse words than shit at this point in time in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet exists.
If a parent is worried about a child hearing the word shit while they're watching wrestling, they need to relook at everything that they're fucking doing in the first place.
Right. And we survived.
And with that, here's a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever found yourself in the need for some screen printing? What about some vinyl work? Well, we have the spot for you. Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, has all your needs. Go see Fred at Seasonal Sports.
Right now, because I'm sure you're super wet now.
It's true.
Todd, are you okay? Todd? You're muted for some reason.
Hello?
There we
it
go.
is.
Well, that was weird. Yes, seasonal sports. Go Blue Fred.
All right. So, it's the time we've all been waiting for every show. True stuff.
I don't have a raw rundown this week. I didn't get
No.
a chance to make it.
But honestly,
Well-
I mean, there's just a few key
But there's-
things that really happened.
Not only that, but like wrestling, like from SmackDown or Raw, SmackDown, it's just like my head's gonna explode. It's been so good. Like it's been so good. So good.
So
So,
I have to give props to Michael Cole for Monday night, last night, doing whatever 2/3 of the show by himself.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, that's hard to do. And honestly, most of the time you don't want to listen to one commentator. But he is such a professional that dude just fucking crushed it all by himself.
And,
You know,
and I'll tell you
fucking-
what. Go ahead, Garrett.
No, were you about to give some shine to the Miz? Because
I
how
was
good.
saying, when his in-ring career is done, he's got a seat right there, and it's waiting.
Exactly
for
what
him.
I was gonna say. He's going to one of the shows because
Yeah.
I was just like, at first I was like, wait a second, wait, that's not McAfee, and I was like, oh my god, it was almost seamless. Like he was great.
And like he wasn't like mizzing it up too much.
No,
He was
No.
actually like it kind of reminded me of back in the day with JR and Jerry. Like it
Right.
was like their chemistry was very good. It was very insightful. They got you pumped. Now, don't get me wrong. I love when McAfee does commentary because that dude gets me hyped. He can get me hyped for a soup can in the middle of that ring. Like that dude is just like, yeah. It's like me sitting there doing commentary, just getting pumped about everything. Like
He somehow doesn't get like the Mark label, even though he's acting very Mark-like. And it's very nice.
You watch his WrestleMania match, and
Yeah.
like it is like as if one of us got the opportunity to wrestle, and like when after he took that Stone Cold Stunner and he's laying outside the ring, and he just grabs the can of beer and he's just like laying on the ground, and he's like, "My life is now complete." Like,
so let's talk about Mr. McAfee outside of the wrestling world in his
like
own
maybe
show.
the Pat McAfee show.
Yes. So as everybody saw that, you know, on the 20th maybe, his show ended abruptly. There was some commotion. what's going on? Who the fuck is that? It ended. It sounded like the old fucking power shut off Wyatt shit. Whatever. They did release like security cam footage, and there was a drone flying around their studio with somebody talking that was like, I released a EMP, blah, 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 and this is this shit, and whatever. And then there was another, like one of their guests was like I think he was from some sort of branch of military, you know, marksman shooter, blah, blah, blah. So this guy had like, must be a paintball gun or one of those, whatever, like shot it down, you know, and all this shit. But they never, they never like identified themselves. It was very, I don't know, this would be cool if they were tying this in somehow. It was very Matt Hardy.
Well, I took it like that too. And we all know the Hardys have a history with the Wyatts.
Yeah. Plus, then the show the other day, when they were like, I guess, wrapping up, it did the same thing. And then across the screen, it just said, "You lied." And that's how the show ended.
So with that being said, Todd, why don't you give us our update with the Wyatt 6?
The Wyatt 6. That, here's what has gone on so far. Obviously, Chad Gable's not dead.
No.
Or he was
Chad
a fucking
Gable
zombie.
Is scared, though. He is scared.
He's scared shitless. He tried to go back to Alpha Academy. They told him to shove it. So then the Creed brothers and that chick, they were talking to him, blah, blah, blah. Because when he won, or did he win that match? Yeah,
he did.
He won that match. Again, power went out. Smoke filled the ring. In crawls Sister Abigail, which I thought this was, I don't know, like, it was kind of weird. I got it because they had whatevered him, but she just initially like crawled into the ring, and then he fucking rolled out of the ring, and then she crawled out of the ring to go give that box to Cole. Like, that part to me was a little weird, and these are the things that I'm like,
which I dug it.
Well, I guess the whole like Chad Gable thing, there should have been something more, like one of them come out of behind him and done like a finisher on him, left him in the ring, and then have her. It was just kind of like odd for her to like crawl in the ring. He just rolls out of the ring, and then Drew, what's up?
Sorry, I would have loved for him to somehow get the mic and feed into the like how everyone in memoriam him, and he's like, "You can't kill me, I'm Chad Gable," and this or that, and then they would have been able to do something else with like somebody come up from the ring and grab him, and then he kind of gets away. And then the lights come on or something, and then the box is there, and it's like for Michael Cole or somebody, and then they go in and get it and take it to the back or something. I don't know, but I would love to have seen Chad Gable be a smug a-hole and try and cut a promo about how he's untouchable even by the Wyatt 6 and blah blah blah. And then they
I honestly thought they were going to come up through the ring. To be honest with you, when they started that shit, I was like, oh, somebody's going to fucking pop out of the ring.
I like the fact that they're not copying all of Bray's stuff. Like, they did the lights went off thing, but I like the fact that Gable didn't come back like with a new persona. I like the fact they're
I'm glad with that.
Like doing the coming up from the ring thing, and I'm kind of digging the psychological warfare they're waging on Chad Gable right now. Like,
it was kind of on everybody after they gave that VHS to Cole.
So talk about the VHS.
So, VHS, which I was confused on why it was dressed to fucking Pat. Unless it was just already playing. I don't know. I was confused on why it was dressed.
Well, I think
it was supposed to go to Pat. But then he wasn't there.
Well, right. But I mean, at the end, Cole could have been like, why is this? What's this for me? You know what I mean? Like,
there's some weird symbolism there.
Yeah. So it was VHS, said play me. They got it to the back. They found a VCR. And
hey, I still have 2 of those, buddy.
I have a VCR DVD combo, don't you worry. Played the tape, which showed, Uncle Howdy, talking weird and asked questions, and it was to Bo. And it was some fucked up questions in a way, like about Bray, about how, like shit that I didn't see it coming, which again goes back to being exciting about wrestling again, because it's not predictable Vince shit. It's not telling you ahead of time who's going to be where, like Vince would have fucking put all over everything that Seth was going to be at fucking last Monday's show, when he came back. Like, it's nice having that. Yeah, it's nice having that. You need to tune in now because you're missing shit.
No,
oh my God.
No one knew.
No. So, and there was a. Yo, go ahead.
I dug the fact that because nowadays, especially with social media and everything, like there's no more like kayfabe. Everything like, oh, this is what happens on the show. This is the character I play, and this is me in real life. That this truly like took you back to the blurring of the lines. Like you have Uncle Howdy interviewing Bo Dallas about a topic that if it happened to any one of us, we would still probably be very emotional.
It's only been like a year.
But it was last October, yeah. So it's been like 8-10 months. Like and for him to turn that into what it's turning into, it's such a Bray thing. It's something Bray, like they are honoring Bray's memory so fucking well so far. And I am on board, sitting next to the conductor, blowing the fucking whistle, and let's ride this train till the wheels come off. Like
I just hope they do it subtly. Like they can't just fucking rush it. Like they really have to like
debut.
What's that?
It took 3 months to
Good point.
Well, no, I know, but now like don't do stupid shit just to put shit out there.
I agree.
And that's WWE tends to do that sometimes, whether it's Vince. I've seen, we've all seen Triple H kind of do it here and there. Like, don't push it. Like, if there goes a week or two without anything from it, I would rather that than trying to force crap every week. Because again, it makes it so when it happens in 2 weeks, you're like, oh shit, you almost kind of forgot about it. It's more in the back of your head, and then it pops up and you're like, oh damn. The other thing I did see before I forget, because I'm a stoner, sorry, that there was a still of the two of them and a door in the background. So people are saying it was like the Firefly Funhouse that they were in, but you couldn't really tell because it was dark and shit. But yeah, I saw like a still. Go for it.
Todd, to go along with like what you're saying, even if it's like extremely subtle stuff, like if there's two people walking and talking, and all of a sudden you see like one of the dudes like perched up on top of the things, and he just they don't notice him, and he just watches them walk by.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then they walk out, and he's like gone out of frame, and then they stop, and then they look back, and he's gone. You know what I mean? Like stuff like
that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the only Wyatt Six thing you get for that Monday. You get one thing. That's, and stuff like that would be awesome.
But they also do need to split it up and send them other places. So, like, next week, don't fucking have them don't have them on, like, Raw or SmackDown or anything insinuated, but have them fucking fuck somebody up on NXT.
Yes, they should be I agree, they should be everywhere.
And then
like, oh my God, they're everywhere. And then they show up on AEW and fucking show up on TNA. They should show up on TNA.
TNA would be good.
Show up on Wrestle Fandom Radio.
Yeah, that'd be even better.
I don't think they need to show up on SmackDown. SmackDown has its own thing. That's the only line I wouldn't cross. Just because of all the bloodline stuff.
We're eventually going to get the Wyatt Six versus the Bloodline. Like, I feel like
that would be great, but I don't know if it fits.
Not right now. I'm talking about like a year or so down the line.
Future,
like, you're gonna get it.
Maybe.
Do you want me to go through the? You want me to go through the Raw?
Now?
Yeah, just real quick.
What I want to talk about is what the fuck was Drew McIntyre's promo to start the show off. Like, I get it.
I heard it was good.
I get it. Like, and I'm honestly digging this whole CM Punk, Drew McIntyre thing. And like, I sent you guys all a video earlier, and I didn't notice the parallels between it until I saw that video. But they're kind of playing the greatest hits of the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart thing right now.
Oh, 100%. They're doing Shawn Michaels Bret Hart. They're doing.
And it's hitting great. But the promo last night, I get what they were trying to do, but I don't think that Drew McIntyre focusing on a fan-made bracelet that's got AJ and Larry the Dog's name on it, and now that Drew McIntyre is wearing, saying that your family is with me, and it just, I think it missed its mark a little bit. It's like that really, really drunk guy who thinks he's making a lot of sense when he's talking to you, and then you're like, yeah, okay, buddy, yeah, why don't you go grab us another round because you are cray-cray.
I think if people knew what it was, like if people were blatantly aware to this was a fan-made, like on SmackDown when he took it, if people knew then like what it was, I think it maybe would have had a different reaction. But nobody knew what the fuck it was. They just knew he took a fucking bracelet off of Punk and walked out and put it in his pocket and shit. So
in Chicago, it seemed like they knew. So if he had taken that and immediately cut that promo in Chicago, I think it would have worked better.
Yeah.
Right. And if there was like some kind of real a Make-A-Wish kid gave CM Punk this bracelet, it means a lot to him, da. But it's like, oh look, you have a real cheap bracelet. Cool.
You have a bracelet made by a fan.
So the first match we got was Braun Steiner versus Kaiser. And
Braunberg.
Yeah, like
he did the Frankensteiner though, and that shit I don't remember the
that.
last time that fucking was done.
One of the Steiners.
And
Braun Papa Pump did it.
Braun Breaker won, and he's going to be in Money in the Bank. So that tells me he's not going to win Money in the Bank because it just makes too much sense for this guy that they're building up to be this unstoppable mini Braun Strowman, almost down to the name. And
did you catch that fuck up on what's his face's part when he was doing the promo before he went out? He called him Braun Strowman, and then
yes, I did catch that. I laughed. Well, that's what happens when you have guys with the same names.
And don't let people use their heritage name. Wow.
Steiner, he's a freaking Steiner. Just call him the Steiner, or the Frankensteiner. Call him whatever you want. Then we had
their real last name was like Reichsteiner, right? But looks like Rex Steiner. Like Rex Steiner. Like it writes his name like it's so
wrestling
easy.
Name. It's a wrestling name.
It's a wrestling name, and he's still going with Braun Breaker. Come on,
with two
Drew
Ks.
Rose. Drew Rose is a wrestling name. Adam Cole and Drew Rose. I can see.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. And then we had Lyria and Kerry Zane with Shayna Baszler. They wrestled. It was okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like some of the shit that they have going.
Are you still digging Lyria?
Yeah, she's right. I feel like they don't know what they're. I feel like storyline wise, they just don't know what they're doing. And then on the flip side of that, I think everybody's favorite crush right now comes out, and she walked out in a Daddy's Girl T-shirt, in honor of Daddy Dominic. Which, dude, I'm digging this whole.
Yeah, it's good.
All of it.
It's good.
Yeah.
And apparently, Liv sent Dom gifts and raunchy text messages. And he's insisting he does not like these advances. And guess what? He's a liar! He's a liar that lies! Liar that lies.
We'll see is the House of Black done with AEW sometime before Rhea comes back?
Yeah, I heard Buddy might come back with her.
Well, so that's what I heard too. Buddy's contract is either up or it's already done. And we I think are going to get Buddy Murphy coming back to the WWE.
I'm stoked for that. I love that dude.
Yeah, I've always liked him. He's really good.
Yeah.
So then Selena Vega came out and gave a promo, and it was actually pretty good. She referred
It was
to Liv
actually pretty good.
she referred to Liv wanting Dirty D.
Yes,
And,
that was good.
And implying that Dominic might need some penicillin if you get my drift. And the fan chant I loved about this was the sloppy seconds fan chant.
And Zelina fucking like puking in her mouth.
Yeah. And then Dirty Dom's dad actually broke up a fight between Liv and Selena Vega. Now, like, what I don't get about this, are they like going to try to like imply that Selena is starting to like want Dom too? Like, are we going to have this massive Dom is now the Brad Pitt of WWE?
The custody for Dom's D.
Yeah.
Yo, if they fucking have Dom come out as like the
On
Godfather
the
in one
first
episode,
of Netflix on Raw.
It's gonna turn into Todd's OnlyFans channel.
too late.
And then we had our Money in the Bank qualifier match, and you had Chad Gable versus Braun Strowman and that big ass Bronson Reed. And Gable cut a promo before the match saying reports of his demise were greatly exaggerated. And that
I love him.
in an act of bravery, he would slay two monsters en route to Money in the Bank. And like he didn't seem like he was physically all that fucked up at all. And then we see the Judgment Day come out and attack Braun Strowman, which led to Chad Gable hitting a moonsault and defeating Bronson Reed. But it wasn't the greatest way to show the impact of the Wyatt Six. I'm glad Chad won, honestly, but Chad was like afraid, but like he wasn't all that fucked up. The dude looked like he got murked in the head last week, and now he's just kind of scared. I don't know, like. And then we talked about the Wyatt Six thing. The Unholy Union did Caden Carter and Katana Chance. It was good, I guess.
Good tag. It was a good tag match.
Yeah, like
at least their costumes matched.
Like,
did anyone wear blue?
I don't remember. Probably they probably all wore blue and yellow, and they forgot to wear the red. So backstage, Damian Priest caught Liv Morgan leaving the Judgment Day locker room, and he's kind of sketched out by it. It's looking more and more like Morgan, Baylor, and Dom are plotting against Damian Priest. WWE aired a video package for Seth Rollins earlier that night. Damian Priest told Seth he would never become world champion while Priest had the strap. Seth said he didn't believe him. Fans are not fans of Damian Priest.
That's good.
Yes. Rollins said that if Priest wins, he'll never challenge for the world title as long as Priest is champion. But if Rollins wins, Priest has to leave the Judgment Day. Everybody's favorite not Nazi showed up, and he accepted Rollins' challenge. Gunther said that he may be the better man, or made the better man win at SummerSlam. But the better man will be lesser man when he steps in the ring with Gunther. Then we got the interview with Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. Then we had Karrion Kross defeat Kofi Kingston, which could have been a good match, but it was just kind of. And then we had the Judgment Day versus everybody's heroes, the Awesome Truth, for the Tag Team Championship. And the Judgment Day is now champs.
It's a better team than Priest and Balor, at least.
I guess. And, like, honestly, R-Truth's pretty much done this his whole career. Has been kind of like a holding place for the transition, you know. But I I was thoroughly entertained by them being the champs, and to kind of cut the run short kind of makes me a little bit sad.
Yeah, but I think that you didn't kind of feel that was like them winning at Mania and then kind of not defending it as often was. I don't know. I stood in the card. I wasn't sure who it was going to go to. If I didn't know it was going to go back to Judgment Day. I am glad it's a different team, Baylor and McDonough, but
I think it just solidifies more so of that there didn't increase the time when Judgment Day is very, very numbered. I really think Finn is going for that top spot.
I think he'll retain against Seth and still somehow get kicked out of the Judgment Day.
Or you just give the Monday Night Messiah the belt and say goodbye to Damian Priest. Let him go. Bye-bye. Bye, Damian.
I'm not saying what I want. I'd rather have it back on him as well. I like Damian Priest.
I know.
I like, but he's not hitting as world champion. It's not hitting.
Yeah,
He's not hitting shit.
Dom is
hitting everybody. Dirty Dom is hitting them all in the locker room, dog. Woo! Father's Day is every day for Dirty Daddy Dom. He's getting
say that
down.
5 times fast.
No. I refuse to. What else we got on that board?
No, that's all. But just watch UWE Ultimate on YouTube. Where you see our belts defended.
Does anybody else got any business to attend to before we peace out? Go ahead, LeBong.
So we all know who Jim Cornette is. Obviously, he's just a big piece of shit.
Is he a tennis player?
Yes, yes, and a bocce ball player. Terrible bocce ball player.
I thought he was a pickleball player.
No. He'll pickle your balls though. It's weird. Anywho, I've never liked him. I thought he was just kind of a piece of shit to begin with. Like as a person, he just seems like a complete douchebag.
Dude, that's not a thought. He is a piece of shit. Like,
So this was his. He was on some interview, and this was his reaction to the Wyatt 6 introduction, I guess, if you will. It's not like it's a couple paragraphs, so it's gonna take me a couple minutes to get through. Brother. All of a sudden, music starts playing, lights start going out, and shit starts shutting down, and spooky music comes up. And then on camera, you see a door with a light coming from the other side, and the door opens. I should reiterate that I deviated from my normal habits this week because the morning after Raw, I heard about this. So I actually waited until just before we recorded the show today to watch Raw. I waited as long as I possibly could. I even watched AEW on Wednesday night as it happened. So I'd have time to watch this at the last minute because I put it off because I didn't want to see this shit. And it was worse than I thought. And I'm not saying anything bad about Bray Wyatt but he's not involved in this. And this, whatever this is, I didn't like it when he was involved in it. Doesn't mean I wish ill will on him, but I don't like any of these people either. And I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. We haven't talked about the stupid QR code and the flummoxing of the video picture and the interference because I was hoping they wouldn't do that. But apparently they did it. And I was hoping this was Vince McMahon type horseshit and that this wouldn't have gone on with LA Knight being the male model, but they're going to do this, the new owners, the Paul Levesque era. They're going to give us a horror movie, Firefly Funhouse, human beings wearing rabbit and pig masks come to life that mass murder people and apparently get away with it. AEW looks like a goddamn serious production next to this shit. Another unforced error. If you're going to make a horror movie, make a horror movie. But as I mentioned earlier with the Rolling Stones concert, don't break into Hamlet in the middle. Because there may be an audience for each, but they don't come to see the same thing both at the same time.
So I'm going to make a rule for the show from now on. Anything Jim Cornette says, we're not going to even talk about because obviously he's so far gone that he does not know what the fuck he is talking about. Because guess what? I'm here for the wrestling. I'm here for the Wyatt Six. Give me the horror movies. Give me Dirty Dom banging everybody. Give me all of it. Because as a wrestling fan, and I think all three of you guys will co-sign this, we want it all, baby.
I want it all.
Yo, bro,
want it
listen to me,
all.
bro. I can't tell you how much I love this, bro. F off, Cornette. Come on, bro.
Hey, corny. You're corny. You are
Drew,
corny.
that's exactly where I was going to go.
Oh, okay.
Because usually you hear Vince Russo and Jim Cornette have very opposing things, but here is where they sounded slightly similar because obviously with a very latent, bro-addled speech, he said that this didn't work when Bray was alive. Is it gonna work now? And I was like, what?
Like, you say bro 18 times in that fucking sentence, though?
I was trying to. It didn't work because they said that Bray had too many ideas and he needed to be reeled in. And then on top of that, probably because of that, Vince was like, no. So it was very, I don't want to say it was disjointed, but it just wasn't realized because there was no one willing to sit down and work with him, I guess. I don't know. Right. I think it could work.
Jim Cornette has dementia, and all I have to say to him is, there you go. There you go, Corny. The old Austin salute, brother. And he's dumb. He's stupid. He's so far gone. He was trash when he was part of the company. He's a fucking giant burning garbage heap now.
It's true,
Bring it. What you got, dog? What you got?
I'll come pick your balls.
You got nada. You're worse than Frankie Stomper.
Oh, shit. Is he still in the chat? I don't have the window open anymore.
No. He left.
All right.
Couldn't handle the heat.
Nope.
With that being said, Mondays, and I know I screwed it up this week. I uploaded it for the wrong day, but I have already pre-uploaded next week's episode. Mondays, 7 a.m., the Todd and Joe Morning Show.
Is next week the one you asked me a lot of questions?
No, that was this week.
No, that was this week.
That's live now.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet.
Nerd Network channel on YouTube. Next week's the one we did this past Friday, where we talk about cartoons. Cartoons. Tuesdays live this year. Message us. Interact.
We're live? It's Tuesday?
We're live.
Oh, God.
We're
Wednesdays. The little mastermind gentleman there. What do you got for us this week, Garrett?
a little movie by the name of The Never-Ending Story.
Never heard of it.
I never heard of The Never-Ending Story.
never heard of it. Thursdays, and there will be one this week because I will be off, so I'll be able to record it. The Weekly Bugle, and if I can find somebody to do Stepping Stones this week, I will have a guest on Stepping Stones. If not, I'm thinking about going at it solo, or I'm thinking about going at it Caesar, if you want to say.
Now I want to eat a salad with Han Solo.
Oh. So, like, subscribe, share, click, chat, whatever you want to do. Triple N, the Niche Nerd Network, one word, YouTube. It's 3 words on Facebook. I know, it's confusing. And that's how Garrett rubs Todd's nipples.
No, it's...
Oh. Well, cool. Nipple rubber Garrett. Nipple rubber Garrett. He likes to tweak the nippy. Little nippy nip. Oh, yeah. Screw you, Jim Cornette. Screw